Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. As usual, this morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Don't forget to stop by TipRanks TV to catch our after-hour market recap, where Fabio will bring you up to date with some of those after-hour earnings and what's been going on in the market throughout the day. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are back into the red this morning after markets surged last night following Fed Chair Jerome Powell's announcement of raising interest rates by 50 basis points. He also mentioned that 75 basis point raise was not being considered, which eased a lot of investors' minds. Currently, Dow futures down 0.42%, S&P 500 futures down 0.57%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.67%. Berkshire Hathaway investors voted by an almost 9-to-1 margin to keep Warren Buffett as both chairman and chief executive. The proposal, which requested that the company's board chair be an independent director, received 448,000 votes against. The shareholder measure from the National Legal and Policy Center called for an independent chairman and said roles are greatly diminished when a single person holds both the chief executive and chairman titles, weakening its governance structure. Buffett has served as the chief executive since 1965. Analysts currently rate the Berkshire Hathaway.B a hold with an average upside of 10%. In further Berkshire Hathaway news, Berkshire Hathaway.B purchased $350 million of stock of Occidental Petroleum earlier this week, bringing their total holding to about $8.8 billion. Berkshire Hathaway now has a 15.2% interest in Occidental. These are Berkshire's first purchases of Occidental since mid-March. Berkshire also owns $10 billion of Occidental preferred stock, paying an 8% annual dividend, and 83.9 million warrants to purchase Occidental common stock at $59.62 per share. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 13%. Now, moving over to notable earnings reports. In the pre-market this morning, we'll be hearing from Datadog, Penn National Gaming, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, and Nikola. This morning, we already heard from Shopify. Their stock is dropping quickly after they had an earnings miss and provided cautious future outlook. They reported adjusted earnings of 20 cents per share, well below the estimates of 64 cents per share. Net income was $25.1 million, down from $254 million in the same period last year. The company is expecting year-over-year revenue growth to be lower in the first half and highest in the fourth quarter of 2022. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 81%. Last night, we heard from SHEL, whose profits surged in their first quarter. They reported earnings per share of $1.20. This was compared to 42 cents in the year-ago period and well ahead of the analyst consensus of $1.11. They reported their highest quarterly profit since 2008 as surging oil prices helped. They also announced an $8.5 billion share buyback program and increased their dividend by about 4%. The stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 22%. Shares of Booking.com rose last night after the company reported solid results and said they were preparing for a busy summer travel season. They reported adjusted earnings for the first quarter of $3.90 per share. This compared to the year-ago loss of $5.26. Their revenues rose to $2.7 billion from $1.14 billion, and both figures easily outpaced analyst expectations. Their stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 30%. We also heard from EV maker Fisker, whose earnings just missed analyst expectations. They reported a 41-cent per share loss from $12,000 in sales when Wall Street was expecting a 39-cent loss from essentially no sales. The company isn't selling a product to customers yet. Their first vehicle is slated to begin production in November. The stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 110%. And we also heard from lithium miner Albemarle, who posted great results for their first quarter and raised their full year guidance. They posted earnings per share of $2.38, well ahead of the analyst estimates of $1.64, and $1.1 billion in sales, ahead of the estimates of $1 billion. Their full-year sales are expected to be about $5.4 billion and EBITDA at $1.85 billion. Previous guidance was $4.4 billion and $1.2 in EBITDA. Analysts currently rate the stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 15%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers are led by Albemarle following their earnings report. Under the ticker ALB, the stock is up over 14%. They're followed by Wesco International under WCC, up over 13%, and Sunrun under the ticker RUN, up over 12%. Our biggest losers this morning are led by Etsy, who had weak future guidance in their earnings report last night. Under the ticker ETSY, their stock is down 12.65%. They're followed by Shopify under the ticker SHOP, down over 13%, and BRFSA under the ticker BRFS, down 12%. So that is going to be everything for Thursday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. Don't forget to head over to TipRanks TV to catch some of our great stock-related exclusive series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here next time.